And suddenly, the house is on fire. And suddenly,
go.
the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And suddenly, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire.
Go. Get some medication for your bipolar personality.
And suddenly, the house is on fire. And suddenly,
Go.
the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And suddenly, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire.
Go. Get some medication for your bipolar personality. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I really didn't expect a whole lot of people to be here. Maybe some South African people, some early risers. Gil's probably sleeping. So, not a whole lot of people. I don't expect them to be here. By the way, I am better. I'm not 100%, but I'm better. Okay, y'all. Hello, TH2. Hello. Hello, Ginger Ninja. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. I'm just not a popular person. That's all. And I'm okay with that. All right. So, I mentioned yesterday that, yes, it is early. I forgot about that because I get up early too. Yeah, I'm going to have to start switching things around. Now my time is going to be limited. I have to do a background check for this job that I'm doing. And I called to make an appointment and I can't get until Monday. Yeah. Oh yeah, the algorithms. I'm sure. I'm just not very popular with the algorithms either. Hey Shawnee, thanks for coming in. I'm going to try and run the YouTube page. My computer was running really slow. I had already started once and then it wouldn't do anything. And then Google needed a update, which by the way, Google is doing updates constantly on my computer. It's ridiculous. So I did an update and then I relaunched, but it was like, it's acting slow. And I don't know if it's my cache. Like I need to, that's probably what's really going on. I sound like my asthmatic duck. Like if you can, I don't think you can hear me on this, this is so slow. This is ridiculous. I'm going to have to do some serious work on this computer before tonight, because tonight I'm going to be on Grow Big 15. Grow Big 15. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with me? Grow Big TV. And we are interviewing Urban Gardener. I'm excited about that. Also, it's going to be just me for 15 minutes of the show. I feel awkward doing that. Like, where's my partner gonna be? Oh, I feel a little awkward, but it's gonna be okay. But yeah, so there's that, and this just keeps spinning. Why are you spinning? It's like the spinning wheel of death. We got this though. I'm gonna have to revamp this computer, and I got plenty of time to do it today. Because guess what? I don't have to do shit today. I mean, I do. I have to wash eggs and stuff, but maybe clean up the house a little bit. But for the most part, I don't have to do anything today, and I feel semi okay. Still coughing a little bit. Hold up. I got a message from my son's school. Aw. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but they're doing something with straws. Oh, cute kids. Oh, they're doing shrinky dink things. The shrinky dinkies. That's cool. Interesting. They're putting stuff in the toaster oven. Okay. The signals have been wonky all week. The signals. Yeah. You like my new attire here? By the way, I didn't, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm Irish, and I haven't did anything for St. Patrick's Day because I was sick. I didn't even have a green beer on St. Patrick's Day or anything. I didn't do anything. And so I usually have this wonderful, I might wear this tonight. I have this like wonderful like headband. And so, yeah, I decided to wear it anyway, but my fingernails are green. My fingernails are green. I'm trying to get some dirt to fill these beds I have now. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get that. And it's hard to get good garden dirt. I have my first babysitting gig today. Snowstorm tomorrow. Oh, that sucks. That's like a bad word, man. I'm sorry. This is taking forever. This is unfreaking real. I wonder if it's probably my cache. Last time I did this, I had to clear my cache out. And when I did that, then everything started working okay. It's like it's overloaded or something. But once I did that too, it just kind of erased everything too, like all my passwords and crap. Here I go with the coughing. Give me a sec. I didn't do my inhaler this morning. That's what's going on. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Hopefully I don't cough during the show. Sorry, guys. This has probably been the worst coughing crap I have ever had in my life. I've had bad cough before, but it never lasted this long. This is insane, y'all. And my stomach hurts from the freaking, because they put me on antibiotics and all that crap. So my stomach hurts and all that crap. All right. And let me get the other YouTube up and running, where it's just not spinning constantly here. Okay, I think I'm good. So now I can actually read everything and see who's members and whatnot. Thank you. Yeah, the dirt is like really hard to find, especially good dirt. And I just froze. Because we had issues in the past, or we thought we were buying good topsoil, or soil to put in our beds, and I tested it, did a soil tester, and there was like absolutely nothing in it, nothing, and I was so mad because we are a planet. And look, my face is red now. I could just go like this, and like my face gets red. So, it just was like so annoying. I tested it and there was just nothing in it whatsoever. And I had a whole garden planned, a whole plan that year, and I was ticked because I had no nothing. I started from scratch basically. There's a local nursery going to sell the dirt. Said that they expanded a pond into a lake, and he said it's packed full of microbes and is really good for gardening. What's your thoughts? No. Does he know about microbes? Mm-mm. They said it expanded a pond into a lake, and he said it's packed full of microbes. Did they dredge out the pond? Because if they did, okay, there could be two things. There could be that stuff on the bottom, that clay stuff on the bottom to keep the water in the pond, because a lot of times when you live in an area that doesn't have clay, they put that crap on the bottom to keep the water in, and that it would not be good. That'd be filling your beds with clay. Oh, it's Tony's birthday today. Whoop whoop. We love you, Tony. By the way, I feel like an asshole. I hate YouTube sometimes. I love YouTube and I hate it at the same time. I would do some research on that. I would really ask him first, Ginger Ninja, ask him about that. If it's clay or what kind of type of soil it is. It might be good stuff. But a lot of times if they dredge something out, because a lot of times you have to clean out your ponds every once in a while because it gets crap in there, and it can then, like, your 12, this is just an example, your 12-foot pond can become like a 2-inch pond over time with leaves and crap that get on the bottom. So they have to empty them out every once in a while, and then they have to get in a backhoe or whatever, and just basically, or get in something. You can do it by boat or whatever, and they dredge it out and get all that crap out of the bottom. He says it's what they use for their nursery plants. Supposed to be good, dark, nutrient-rich soil, but I haven't seen it yet. Okay, yeah, I would just look at it first. It's not like you can do an instant test or something, but here I go. Sorry. But yeah, it might be good. I don't know. Sorry, I have this dry cough I can't freaking get rid of. Okay. So yeah, I feel like a jerk because I wasn't checking YouTube closely enough. And I usually do. I'm a person, because I have YouTube on my phone, it's always accessible. So I can get on there, and if somebody leaves me a comment, I can comment right back. Well, YouTube, for some reason, thought it'd be great to, like, on my 900 and 26 view video decided that they were just going to hold comments. I mean, why? I don't know. They held like 8 of them. So by them holding back my comments, it kept me from getting more views because the more the more comments you have on something, the more you're in the algorithm. One second. Oh my God. So they held back like 6 comments. I didn't even know. So I thought it was weird that my 900 and some odd viewed video didn't have a whole lot of comments. So yesterday I looked on my phone. Usually you can't look on your phone for these hidden comments. You have to do it on the computer. But they have, really? I'm going to get a cough drop. Okay, I had to get some cough drops. We're good. Ricola. There we go. Work. So, okay. Usually they hold back comments that are not right. I have that in place. If it's like derogatory or nasty or they're using words that they shouldn't. And so anyway, I go on there and look, and I look on my phone, which is convenient, especially when I'm in bed, because that's usually when I'm looking. This stuff is awesome if you haven't had it yet. So sorry, I'm trying to rest my throat for a second. It's driving me crazy. So I went on there and there was like 8 comments that were freaking blocked. No, they don't hold that because that's a part of my show. That's like a part of if you're a member, then that's like a part of it. The actual poop emoji that's on YouTube, I don't think they would hold that back. I mean, it's part of YouTube. But anyway, I was pissed because Terry King left me a comment. There's a bunch of people, good people, some people I'd never even heard of before. And I would have loved to have interacted with them, I don't know, prior to 8 days ago. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't see it until 8 days later. And it makes me feel like a jerk. I'd like to comment back like right away. That's just the kind of person I am. Makes people feel special when you comment. Like that you're right there, that you're commenting back right away. Okay, that's cool. So anyway, 8 days later is just not acceptable for me. So anyway, I commented back on everybody last night. And I let them know that YouTube held my comments and I didn't get them until that day. So I'm sorry if I didn't comment back right away. Some people ask me questions about my garden, stuff like that. It just kind of makes me mad. Not to mention, you hold back my comments and the comments aren't on there. So I don't get back in the algorithm. I don't keep growing. My views don't keep growing because nobody's leaving comments. How convenient. Yeah, I need herbal tea for sure. By the way, about this awesome herbal tea, and it's a Twinings, which I really like. That's like my favorite brand of tea. and it's pomegranate. Raspberry pomegranate. It's freaking delicious. Best tea I think I've had in a long time. Yeah, it just makes me mad. Yeah, because I mean, my video could have reached 1,000 views by now, especially within 8 days, if those comments would have, been viewable, and none of them were bad. Why were they held back? Um, yeah, the shadow ban thing is it's a real thing. I don't know if I've been shadow banned, but that's interesting. I don't know if I've been shadow banned, but I probably have. I don't know. Also, there's lots of tricks to the trade on YouTube. And I'm learning that with Grow Big TV. So I'm not willing to teach anybody that yet because I don't know all the ins and outs, but there's tricks to the trade. That's why we have like 7,000 subscribers in like 4 months, 4 or 5 months. We're working hard at that. Yeah, I hope they're not holding back don't hold back the Pope. The Pope and an emoji. So anyway, that's that. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I got on here with the intentions of being able to talk. My nose is running, which hasn't ran this morning at all. And my throat is closing off and all that good stuff. Google needs to be your best friend. Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure. By the way, if you guys haven't had this yet, you need to. This is Olipop. They have several varieties, and no, this is not a paid endorsement or anything like that. It's a probiotic, prebiotic pop. It's carbonated. It's delicious, only 35 calories. And it has all natural stuff in it. It's the bomb, right? It has, obviously, carbonated water. It has root fiber, chicory root, Jerusalem artichoke, Nepal cactus, calendula flower, strawberry juice, cassava root syrup, apple juice, lemon juice, a little stevia leaf, Himalayan pink sea salt, a natural vanilla flavor. It's the bomb. By the way, they have several. My favorites are the grape. This is the first one I've ever tried. So this is strawberry vanilla. And they have a tropical one. And I really like, I've had a cherry vanilla. It's freaking delicious. By the way, these cannot be in the regular pop aisle. They have to be refrigerated because they have prebiotics in them. So you can only get them in the refrigerated section near like the salads and stuff at the grocery store. It has to be refrigerated. It's delicious. It's the best pop. It's like all natural crap. Yeah, all natural vanilla. Though I am not afraid of that vanilla. I just thought it was funny that it came from beavers' butts. By the way, did I show you guys that stupid article? It was an article saying that vanilla didn't come from beavers' butts. And I'm like, liars. I sent it to Gil right away. And I was like, liars. And he's like, yeah, completely. Because yes, fake vanilla does come from beaver glands in a beaver's butt. A specific beaver. Norwegian, by the way. Comes from a Norwegian beaver. So, just an FYI. This pop is expensive. It's almost $3 a can. I don't buy it very often, and you definitely don't want to drink. You know, some people are popaholics and they drink like 5 or 6 Diet Cokes a day or something. You definitely don't want to do that with this because if you did, you'd crap your pants. It's supposed to help you with your gut health. So don't do that. But it's really good. And when I went to Amish country with Tammy, and we went down there, they had a store that had all of these in it, like all of them, any flavor that you could possibly think of, any flavor combinations. Most stores only have like 3 or 4 flavors. And the one we went to had like every flavor you could possibly think of. And they have ginger beer, they have root beer, though the root beer was not very good. I didn't like it as much. It didn't do anything for me. But I've had cherry vanilla. I've had all different kinds of ones, and they're delicious. So if you get a chance, get one. Just get one. Go to the store and like, oh, I want to try it. See what they. It's good. Just don't drink a ton of them because you'll crap your pants, or you'll fart a lot. Because they're supposed to be supporting your digestive health. You definitely don't want to do that, but it does. It kind of like how you get a craving for like Sprite. Like I want a Sprite, man, or a Dr. Pepper or something. You get like those pop cravings. If you had one of these, it tastes almost just like pop, and it's nothing weird about it. Sometimes you get those ones that was like, oh, you can taste the vinegar or something because it's like a kombucha, and that's really gross to me. There's nothing like that. By the way, if you know anything about Jerusalem artichokes, you know that they have like an enzyme in them or something that will give you horrible gas, and they use Jerusalem artichoke in this. So just be careful, if you know what I'm saying. I don't speak from experience or anything, but I assume that can really mess up your stomach if you drink them too much. Vanilla extract is from beavers. Yeah, it is. The fake vanilla extract comes from beavers, and the raspberry too, by the way, raspberry flavoring. So I don't know how much of they do it anymore, because even if it comes from a beaver's butt, it's still kind of natural, right? Because it's coming from a beaver's butt. However, nowadays they do everything fake. So if they found a fake vanilla flavoring or fake raspberry flavoring, they're going to choose that over the natural one because it's going to be less expensive, right? So they probably don't use it much anymore. Hello, Howie. Greetings. Beavers, birds, deer, fishes, ghosts, goblins, Santa, and the Easter Bunny will eat 70% chocolate today. I made a ginger bug, and I'm using it to make fermented drinks with 100% juice organic. First bottle goes in the fridge tonight. Sweet. I'm afraid to do. There's this fermented chick that I watch every once in a while, the Fermented Homestead. I think that's her name. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really good with names. Like, I'm good with faces, but not the names to the faces. Unless you've been in my chat for like 100 years, and then I obviously will recognize your YouTube name with a face with your name. But for the most part, the Fermented Homestead, she'll make her own drinks and stuff, and they're primarily a vinegar or whatever. But I kind of get scared a little bit because that kind of stuff can be extremely explosive. Like, she'll put it in there and she'll put it, hey, hunting and stuff. Thanks for coming in. She'll put it like in her back room and leave it there for like 7 days or something. And then she'll go back to it. And a lot of times I'm like, and then I'm also afraid too to open it up and have it be disgusting. Because then if it's disgusting, it's going to totally throw me off from doing anything, because I have such a weird stomach. I don't know. I'm kind of hooked on orange Kickstars. Oh, I know. Those are so good. And I used to drink those all the time, and they have a black cherry one too. However, since before I got pregnant, I could drink those. Okay. And I had no problem. And by the way, I love the sugar-free monster drinks. Those are awesome. I had actually half of one yesterday. I probably shouldn't have. Um, but since I've gotten pregnant and then had Fred, I'm so sensitive to stuff like that, especially caffeine. Oh, buddy, it's not good. And then, yeah, by the way, that orange Kickstart is the bomb. But it doesn't seem like it has a massive amount of caffeine in it. But yeah, I'm just real sensitive. I even stopped drinking Diet Coke because I didn't realize this either. That Diet Coke has more caffeine in it than regular Coke. I didn't know that. So I'm drinking Diet Coke thinking, oh, okay, Diet Coke. I was kind of addicted to it. And I stopped drinking it because I won't even, by the way, I'm one of those people that I'm like, I need a Diet Coke. So I would like get my ass up and get in the car and go through the drive-through. By the way, there's nothing better than a fountain pop through the drive-through because it just tastes better, way better. I mean, you could buy a 2 liter of pop or something. That ain't going to taste like nothing. You got to get it through the drive-through. So I'd go through the drive-through and get myself a large drink, and it could last me all day, Diet Coke. But there is so much caffeine in that. It was, one, messing up my stomach, and two, it's Diet Coke. It's not good for you. But I'm not like one of those poster childs for health either. So don't follow me. I mean, I grow a lot of food and stuff like that, but don't follow what I do because I'm not 100% extremely health fanatic. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, pop. No, I'm not like that. So I still have pop every once in a while, and I still eat pasta every once in a while and stuff like that. I tend to stay away from pastas and breads, but sometimes I go on a kick where I need pasta. Monsters are really not good. No, they aren't good for you, but it tastes freaking delicious. The white sugar-free Monster is my favorite, and I don't drink it very often. I can't. If I drank the entire thing, I would be up all night, especially if I had it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If I do drink something like that, it has to be early morning. And yeah, if not, I'm up all night. All night. It's crazy. Drink from the deep, fresh water spring and nothing else, and you will cleanse. Water from warm water is the best for earthlings. No pot, please. Yuck. Yeah, I know, Callie. I'm not perfect. I do enjoy a good Sprite. By the way, I am proud of myself for not drinking the diet because I drank that for years. Diet anything. And so when I do go out, if I do, I get a Sprite. And, and I don't have pop in the house. Never. Less sugar than tea, but only has 5% juice. It's not too orangey, and they force you to eat too. Yeah. Hello, dear friend, and your friend Keith. I have phone plus put out a prayer line for him, please. Thanks. Okay, so that's not Keith. Here. Okay, prayers for Keith Crunk. Hope he's doing okay. I'm sorry that he's not well. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. Yeah, I enjoy pop. I love wine and I love beer. It's disappointing though when you hear about all the glyphosate and crap. I just read it was an article about the Dirty Dozen or something like that, and grapes was a part of that, or they're just filled with glyphosate. So if you get them from the grocery store, it's disgusting. So think about it. The glyphosate is all over the grapes and they make wine out of it. It sits for 6 weeks and it's just sitting there in the glyphosate. They make wine out of it. It's crazy. And I love wine. It sucks. I have to make my own. I have to make my own. Hey, Sarah Boss. What's up, girl? Thanks for coming in this morning. But yeah. Oh, by the way, this doesn't taste very great with Ricola in my mouth. I'm just letting you all know. No, it's like horrible. For a few days, I laid off the Ricola because I felt like I didn't have any taste buds. And it was annoying me. Like I couldn't taste my food. And I was like, it's the Ricola. Like it's hurting me. So I laid off and I got my taste buds back. But then here I am again. I will keep you in my thoughts, Corky, for you to be perfect. Thanks. No one is perfect. Don't drink glyphosate. Yeah. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling way better. I have an interview tonight. So I'm just going to drink some teas, loosen up my throat. Tea with honey is the best. And yeah. I have my wonderful inhaler. So I'll puff on that before I go live tonight on Grow Big. Hello, Guardian. Thanks for coming in. If anybody wants to come up and hang out, you can do that. Here is the link. Just note that I may go on mute every once in a while if I have to cough. I'll just let y'all know. But you can't catch this virtually, so just let you know. Funny thing, I got a thing from Jimmy Pickles. It was so funny. He's like, I set up basically on, I've been sick for 5 days. It was like on Facebook. And he's like, virtual hug. I'm like, that's so weird. That's the only way you won't get it. But yeah, I am on an antibiotic. It's killing my stomach, by the way. And usually early in the morning, I do not eat. I don't feel like eating. It takes me a while. Probably like 10 o'clock, I'll start feeling hungry. And you have to eat something when you take an antibiotic. I'm like, I don't know what to eat. And it's horrible. My stomach hurts. Okay, no problem, Guardian. And I hate that. And last night I woke up because I was coughing. I was coughing in the middle of the night. And I was like so nauseous from coughing. I thought I was going to throw up. I didn't, though. I usually don't throw up very easily. But yeah. Hey, Denise. Green Granny. I'm going to check my, I didn't check yesterday. I'm going to check my P.O. box today. I know you sent me something. I have been sick, so usually when I go to pick up my son, I just want to go and pick him up and come home. I don't want to go anywhere. And it's cold. I don't want to get out of the car. So I will get it today. I'm feeling pretty good that I can just, go out and do that today. I'm sorry, I haven't picked it up. Oh, thank you, TH2. Thank you for coming in. That's the first time I've called you TH2 and I didn't say R2D2. Bye, TH2. Yeah, I'm getting better. It just sucks. I hate being sick. It just wrecks my whole program because I have to wake up early, take my son to school. I'm exhausted. And all of that good stuff. So it's like, it just messes up my program, And my son, he picks up everything at school and it sucks, and then he gets sick. It's like right now my husband last night, he's like, I'm starting to get a sore throat. Great. It sucks. It's like a never ending thing. And then when school's out, we don't get sick. For the whole summer, we're good until he starts school again. And then there it starts. I know a while back, a long time ago, I was like going to school. I think I was going to school in Cleveland at the time. And I was like, I can't afford to be sick. I have to drive an hour to school. I have to do this. I have to work. I have to work so I can pay my gas to get back and forth to school. I didn't know what to do. So I went to GNC and I bought echinacea and golden seal. And I took echinacea for a couple weeks. And then I took golden seal for a couple weeks. And then I took echinacea for a couple weeks. And then I took golden seal for a couple weeks. Everyone's like, golden seal? What are you doing? Smoking reefer? No, I'm not smoking reefer. I'm trying to get my immune system back up. I'm trying to not get sick. And I didn't. I didn't get sick, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Thank you, Howie. It's been horrible. By the way, I haven't had a runny nose at all. When I'm talking now, I've got a runny nose. It's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And I feel also embarrassed because I feel like I'm always sick now. So I don't even say anything on Facebook. People are like, oh, I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just sick again. And then a lot of people are like, oh, you're sick? You must have COVID. No, I don't have COVID. I'm just got the crud that my son is bringing back from school. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, it just sucks. Hey, Thor, thanks for coming in. But yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with. And I have a mess of eggs that I need to wash. By the way, I didn't feel like washing eggs or doing anything with them because I'm sick. I don't want to touch them and then sell them. So I'm thinking about washing them all and then putting them in the cooler on Saturday and just telling people, hey, come and pick them up Saturday. This is the time I'll be open. And yeah. And I'm thinking about doing that on a permanent basis because what's going on is I'm getting people, oh, how much are your eggs? Oh, I'm going to come and get some. And then they never get them. I get a lot of people like that. It's weird. Like if you're not going to buy something, then just don't say anything at all. And my chakras. Are you saying I need a Reiki master? That's funny. I'm a Reiki level 2. Do you think I could open up my own chakras? Ooh. I got a guest. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Just happy that it's close to the weekend. We've got a long weekend here. So yeah, but continue. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just bullshitting. I've been bullshitting this entire time. So right. It's good to have another guest on here. How are you doing?
Good. I haven't been sick for a very long time. For like, I'd say almost a decade now. Like it's been really long since I've been like flu-y and had any symptoms like that. I had a bit of a runny nose, I think 3 or 4 years back for like about 2 days, if I'm not mistaken. So that broke like the 6-7 years of not being sick. Obviously, just super garlic within your diet every day. You know that already. Like a lot of the vitamins as well that we're lacking. Making sure we get sufficient sun, vitamin D, at least 2 hours of direct sunlight every day. That really helps a lot with the immune system. And then just being cautious of that stuff. It's really good to see you, and thank you for having me up on the panel.
Oh, welcome. You're always welcome. Yeah, the sunlight thing, I live in Northeast Ohio. There is no sunlight. Like, it comes out on May 30th, and then we have maybe some sunlight all summer long, and then at the end of September, it goes away again, and we don't see it again for another 6 or 7 months.
I think that's why. I think that partially is why your immune system gets lowered. I think that there are also nutrients, nutritional supplements that people take when they're living and working in like remote areas that gets 2 hours of sunlight a day and that type of thing. That has always been interesting and intriguing, but at the same time, I'm sure that if you look into it, there's supplements that are available that you'd be able to at least have some sort of a gap filler in terms of that.
Yeah, I definitely need vitamin D in my life. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. I am so confused anymore about what to take as far as vitamin D is concerned because, okay, do I need to take vitamin K with my vitamin D in order for my vitamin D to process in my body? Or can I just take straight up vitamin D and everything will be okay?
Well,
I'm so confused.
Do you take any, at the moment, do you take any magnesium supplements at all?
No, I don't take any magnesium. I probably should, huh?
Yeah, specifically as time goes on as well, and as we move into our adult lives more firmly, we should definitely look at that type of thing too, the inclusion of that. And then also, I've got a whole bunch of things around here. So just a general multivit. So this is a male multivit specifically. I'm not, representing for the company at all or anything like that, but a good multivit and a good magnesium supplement. And
that's probably what I need. What my problem is I take vitamin D, but I haven't noticed that anything is working. So then I'm hearing that you have to take magnesium or vitamin K with it in order for it to work. So what am I taking? What do I need to take in order for the vitamin D to work? Because
you're right about vitamin. We say vitamin K. So you're right about vitamin K as well. I think that's something that isn't often taken enough as an outside supplement. And then not just that, with your general health and well-being, I don't know if you take any collagen. Collagen can be really good for you too. Collagen is amazing.
Specifically, I'm an avid collagen biotin taker. I take that every day. By the way, I just upped my biotin because I'm now taking 10,000 milligrams of biotin every day. I'm like, they say it doesn't hurt you, so I'm like, boom, let's do this. Taking the 10,000. Just lick your emergency fire starter every day. Oh yeah, okay. You know what? Oh my God, that would be a funny thing, because though I'm all for prepping, I'm all for the survival thing, but I do poke fun a little bit because that's just how I am. That would be so funny if I did a short of that every day. Gotta lick my fire starter every day and like tag like up all these prepping channels in it. That would be freaking hilarious.
Well, you see, prepping in general has done this like thing where, because I absolutely advocate for people being self-reliant and advocate for people having a preparedness mentality. And some of the best people I know are preppers. And when I say that, I mean, I really love like some of my close friends that I chill with on a Saturday evening, like Shadow Scout Swede over on his channel. And I don't mean to advocate for another channel.
You're fine.
But so that type of thing. So within the prepping community, within the survival community as well, you'll find some people, and this is what I believe about it, right? Where for the most part, people have, a lot of the preppers that you'll meet are people that have been kind of wounded in some way by either by society or growing up. They've got
for real. I understand that completely.
Yeah. So like a lot of them, right, will be, because of that specifically, like a lot of them, what will happen is they will be more reserved in a certain sense. But if you're able to get through some of those barriers and find the people behind that, you'll find that a lot of them, even though they've got these harder exteriors, are really like cushy and wholesome and like hearty people, like on the inside. The reason why they have the harder exterior sometimes is to protect themselves from the world, because the world has hurt them in that way as well. I'm not always saying, and when I say hurt them, I don't mean like hurt them like, boo-hoo. I mean like they've learned to mistrust for very valid reasons. we live in a world today where it's very hard and difficult to make friendships, and the reason for that is because it's so hard to trust. And as we become more kind of confused with the age of disinformation upon us, it becomes so much more natural for us to not trust anything. And how are we going to expect to get past any sort of loneliness stage of our era within the globe if we don't get past that stage of fearfulness? And and the fearfulness comes from a lack of understanding for one another as well, and just sort of a feeling where if we do open ourselves up, we're just essentially lining ourselves up for the next person to take advantage of us. And I had to learn that the hard way. I mean, I'm sure that we all have, and we end up being closed shells in a lot of ways. And because of that, within the prepper community, and I'll take it right back to that, within the preparedness community, that's what I'm talking about, is where you do have these people that they will seem a lot more, harder on the exterior and stuff as well, but meanwhile, like they have hearts of gold. So, and even like the homesteaders, you guys are very much prepper mindset. Like if things went bad tomorrow, mentally you know that they could go bad. You're not one of the people that are underneath the illusion that things are always going to stay stable. So that's what it's about.
I've had experience with preppers, and some of them are just out there. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Sometimes I poke a little fun, but it's all in good fun. It's not like, I'm not purposely like trying to hurt anybody's feelings by saying that I'm going to lick magnesium every day for a short, because that would be freaking hilarious, I think. But there's some stuff like if I think that it's over the top, I will just be like, I think that's over the top. I'm not gonna entertain that idea. Like that's just like far-fetched.
90% of the stuff I think about when it comes to preparedness is stuff that like it's just in public and in social situations. It is so cringy and so awkward to bring up anything regarding preparedness because of normalcy bias, right? So as those who know me a bit closely will know that I bring up normalcy bias every now and again. The reason why I do so is because obviously, we're human beings, the component is the way that we think is that we're designed, our bodies and our minds are designed to work in tandem to prevent and kick our heels in the sand against any notion that things can fall apart. And then that's why we legitimately think of, SHTF and Teotihuacan and that type of thing as a non-issue kind of. But then the worst thing that you can be is caught, and not have done adequate preparedness, specifically this year. But you're right. There are so many tinfoil hat conspiracy stuff out there that it's like, I love the topics. I love my conspiracy theories, but I never talk about them.
It does get me thinking about stuff, but then I'm thinking, man, that's so far-fetched, man. Like my brain cannot go any further.
It's good for you.
Thorhaven says, Guardian, hard on the exterior, but just a big teddy bear. And I said, beaver bear? LOL. And then Garden State Gardner says, the way some parts of society is going, some people might date beavers. Yes.
Yeah. Even Thor. I would not like to go toe to toe with Thor in a combat situation. Thor's definitely got.
I wouldn't go hand in hand with Thor's wife in a combat situation.
Yeah, they are. They're
like she's like she wrangles cows, for God's sake.
Warrior woman. Yeah.
Like I don't want to go. Thor, I ain't messing with your wife either.
No, that's great. Like she's definitely them as a couple. My little one's just asking for 2 minutes quickly as well here quickly. But yeah, them as a couple, I love Thorhaven Farm. If you aren't subscribed to them already, please do so. Like they're definitely a wholesome couple and people that are always just bringing good spirits and vibes wherever they go. And wherever I see Thor in a chat, I'm like, this is going to be a good stream. So yeah, it's good. Just I need to close my video just for 1 moment.
Okay, you're fine. No problem. It's like the song that never ends, and soon as you learn something new, you quickly realize you're only getting started. Yeah, that's for sure. That's like me with reality TV, though. I could sit and watch reality TV all day. It's mind numbing to me. Sometimes I need it to survive. I just need a good mind numbing. Some people smoke marijuana. I like reality TV. I just sit there and
Well, I just got to say, for fact-based understanding of things as well, just for the most part, like obviously any sort of thing like that takes you away from a sober life, to each their own, of course, at the end of the day, right? I just wanted to say quickly, when I say this, I really mean it, and I'm not just saying it to blow smoke, and you can track me from saying it anywhere. Like, Thorhaven Farm are my favorite type of people, and if something happened to me tomorrow, like, I would want people to know that is the type of people that I would actually prefer to associate with in this life. People that have that demeanor, that character.
Yeah.
So I really mean it when I say that they are, like, in terms of like my best people in the whole world that I'd want to spend time with, you're right there in the top 5. And you're also there, by the way. Don't worry. I'll be right back there. Give me a second.
I love watching have you watched the other Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead? Oh, dude, so love it.
Kay loves that. Kay loves that show so much. I need to watch it again. I couldn't, because I'm such a big Walking Dead fan, I couldn't do the transition properly. So, gosh, Kay will speak to you about that show so much because she really loved it. And she's told me amazing things about it, but I just haven't gone into it.
I had a hard time with that transition too, to try and figure out where the characters were coming from and where they were. And like, I had to figure that out. But yeah, so, well, Thor, one thing I do have to say, that you are well loved. You are definitely well loved. Everybody loves you. So, yeah.
So Walking Dead has been around for as long as Kay and I have been a couple, pretty much, for 12 years now. So
wow. Yeah, wow. I can't believe it's been around that long. That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty much soon within our relationship, we started watching Walking Dead. So forgive me if I'm wrong, maybe close to a decade, might be slightly under a decade now. But what I do know is that through and through over time, we've definitely had so much fun watching that show and like basically growing like within our relationship, like just by watching it as well. And that's why I say like prepping conversations, things like that. Like The Walking Dead is such a good show.
Oh, it is.
It's lovely. I'm such a Daryl fan. I know a lot of people are Daryl fans, but like
Daryl Dixon.
Daryl is amazing. What a legend.
Yeah, I like Daryl too. Not my favorite character. I like Maggie. I think she's pretty badass. Who is the other? Rick. I really liked his character. The Shane character, I think that's his name. I thought in the beginning he was a really good, strong character, and then he turned out to be an a-hole. But I don't know his name, but I like him in other movies. He's played the Punisher on Netflix, I think. He has done some other things. So I like that actor. I can't think of his name right now. Carol is my favorite. And Michonne. Yeah, I like Michonne too. Michonne's pretty badass too. I think all the characters are badass in their own way. They all like do something that is,
brings an element to the show. Yeah.
Yeah, they all do something that, like, they all have their own way of killing a zombie. Like Thomas.
I love it so much.
Sorry, I had to cough. 1 second. Oh my gosh, man. I sound like my asthmatic duck. By the way, I have Muscovies, and they don't quack. They hiss. And when my Charlie duck, I call him Charlie, he's my duck. He comes out and he goes when he walks, and he sounds like he's asthmatic. I'm like, I have an asthmatic duck. So that's what I sound like right now. I feel like I sound like my asthmatic duck. I should go out there and talk to him. We would bond over this asthmatic situation.
It's another thing that you could make a shorts of, just for people to see.
He's funny. Like, and it's funny. He gets all, of course, I'm getting a tickle in my throat. One moment. The funny part about that is he gets all spiked out. He gets the spike in his head, and it comes out like, oh, I just ruined my thing. It comes out like this, and he gets all fluffy, and he comes out, and he's like hissing at me. I don't know if he likes me or if he wants to like kill me. But
maybe depends on the day, right?
right. But it's funny. 1 second, more coughing.
Sure, no problem. And then Ginger was saying, I like Alicia from Fear the Walking Dead. And that's also a pretty good character from the beginning as well, where like that character's pretty strong. Kay's all-time favorite is Carol. The strength that Carol has and what she's able to do through the show. The fact that she's got such an arc as well, where she starts off as somebody that is on the back foot and abused basically by her husband. And then she's able to that situation is able to sort itself out as well, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Carol, yeah, she is a good character. I'm trying to think because it's been a while now. I'm gonna have to watch it again. But I just feel like she's not as strong as Maggie.
Right.
But Carol was a badass from the very beginning. Like, I think with Maggie, it took her a minute to grow into her badassery. It took her a second.
You see, because of the dispute as well, and sorry to the chat, if you guys want us to change away from this Walking Dead conversation, you can actually, I'm happy to change it, but for the next 5 minutes, if we want for the next 5 minutes, let's do it. So basically, with Maggie, the arc behind that as well, the reason for myself specifically why I'm a little bit more biased towards that situation is because as I don't like how Negan entered the show. That was horrible. Like, it really was. It was terrible. Negan's whole entry into The Walking Dead was really, really bad. But the character from, as you say, from other things too, that character is really a strong character. So because him and Maggie had beef, I had to kind of be against Maggie mentally, be like, like, it's fine. But now, apparently, later on, they end up having the same thing. But Daryl always, because for me, Daryl, I had a best friend that passed away when I was younger, like a brother basically, and him and I really loved the movie Boondock Saints, right? And Boondock Saints is an amazing movie. And obviously Daryl being in that originally, his character in that too. If anybody hasn't seen that movie, man, like Boondock Saints is obviously brilliant. Like it's a bit of a dated movie now, but so good.
I'm doing okay, Lake. I'm recovering from being sick. I'm still kind of sick. I keep coughing, but other than that, I'm doing okay. Sciatic pain is no joke. I get that every once in a while, and it's so debilitating. I can't walk. My leg starts to hurt. So I totally get it. It sucks, and I don't even think going to a chiropractor helps that much. Yeah. Boondock Saints, yes. I haven't seen that movie in years now. I'm going to have to check that out again.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Sarah. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming in.
Have a lovely weekend when we get there. One more day away.
Oh, yeah. It's Thursday, isn't it? I'm kind of behind on my days a little bit. I've just been busy.
Because of our long weekend, I might actually be able to catch Thursday's stream if you'll be having it this evening as well, because I've got tomorrow off, so I can have a bit of a late night tonight. And then my evenings, my whole schedule's changed, but as you know, things have definitely flipped up recently. Like I'm doing all their workout stuff in the evenings now. So, instead of doing my day, where I take late in the afternoon or early morning lunch type of thing, all of my fitness stuff is now converted into doing evening sessions.
I see. Yeah, my as soon as I have to do a background check for this job that I applied for, and I'm doing that on Monday. So as soon as that goes into whatever after spring break. We have a spring break at the end of this month. I'll be starting a new job, and I'm kind of excited because you are looking at the next lunch lady at school. So I'm gonna be wearing a hairnet, you know, serving your peas and carrots. So can't wait. Oh, you're on mute, honey. Oh, okay. Men absolutely love that movie for some reason. I've heard so many say Boondock Saints was their favorite movie. It's pretty good. Yeah. But you know, I like anything that represents Irish or Scottish heritage because I'm Irish. So I like watching movies like that. Obviously, I'm a huge Braveheart fan. I like all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I just like, I think it's cool. Longest I've gone with it was 21 days. It's a thing with my degenerative humiliation disease and fibromyalgia. Just keep going and grow through the pain until it puts me on my butt. Oh, I'm sorry, Lake. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm gonna be serving your peas and carrots, and you're gonna get peaches or something, or pears, and probably a slice of pizza. You know what? This is funny. My school always did this. You had your choice of chocolate milk or white milk. You got pizza, corn. I'm like, what? Pizza and corn. You had to be served a vegetable because that is the way it goes. So you get a big old slice of pizza, and by the way, the pizza was not triangle, it was square. So you get a piece of square pizza. Oh yeah, don't forget the applesauce. So that was your fruit. So you got applesauce, corn, and a slice of pizza, and your choice of white milk or chocolate milk. You got to throw in there dairy in there.
Do you get a fruit? Is there an apple if you can? Can you opt for an apple?
No, there is no fresh fruit. No. We don't do fresh, right? It's all comes from a can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that job specifically, in that environment can be so much fun. There's so much like good energy and positive energy in that situation too. Sorry, 1 moment. But basically what I'm saying is that, so when you're in that type of environment, right, and when you're there, you'll definitely have a lot of fun with it. And there's so much that you can gain from just like seeing the world through little one's eyes as well, through the eyes of my daughters as well specifically. Like there's a lot of things that I kind of forgot that I'm relearning in ways too, which is really cool. And I think I just wanted to touch quickly with the chat on the side of speaking about some extremely interesting movies. So I don't know if you guys enjoyed along those lines, right? Along the lines of Rain of Fire, and then Ginger put up another one, Inglourious. Yeah, that movie Inglourious with Brad Pitt. That was so good. The thing is, I think that in our modern age, we have a lack of a sense of justice, because a lot of things are pay to win. People can pay their way out of being in trouble with the law. There's things that like where we also, as mentioned earlier, we live in an age of dishonesty to a degree as well, right? So yeah, just give me a sec. I want to make sure that everything's okay on that side. I know that Kay's usually got it, but I just want to check. So the idea and I think the gravitation that pulls in a lot of people towards those type of movies is essentially the fact that when we're missing that sense of justice, and when we don't have that out there, and when we have that sense that there's more people protecting the people that are trying to make a better society than there are people that. The little one's just being very loud at the back. I just want to make sure she's okay, and I'm just checking that. Give me like 5 minutes quickly.
Take a second. You're fine.
Yeah, be right back.
Yeah, grilled cheese and tomato soup's a big thing here too. Thor, did you ever have anything like that? Is Canadian school lunches different? By the way, I was watching a thing where they had Japanese school lunches, and they literally hire a clean kitchen group or something, and they get all their fresh ingredients, they cook it that day, they pack it all up, and then they send it directly to the classroom. It was like nuts. It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. Although some of it I probably would have never eat because I get grossed out very easily, because sometimes Japanese food is a little much for me. But it was just very interesting how fresh everything was. It was cooked fresh right then and there. Super cool. Grilled cheese and tomato soup were our lunch to go to at home. Yeah. I think that's a popular thing. We eat a lot of, well, my son loves tomato soup. Okay. So I have like, I buy in bulk anyway. I have an entire case of tomato soup for my son. So I can cook that very easily, pop it in the microwave or something. He loves crackers. So he dips his crackers in it and he eats the entire thing, which I am thrilled about because he is the pickiest eater. So if I can get him to have something like that, I'm all about it. So he doesn't do grilled cheese, but he will do the tomato soup. Yeah, in that video, yeah, they clean their own cafeteria. I thought that was crazy. We had the same white or chocolate milk pizza and hot dog days. Never corn, though. Oh, dang, you're missing out on the corn. Missing out. This is funny, right? Okay, so we had taco day. So you get a couple tacos, and I can't even remember the side dishes, but this is the funny part, right? So you get tacos, and the next day you'd get taco salad, and then the next day you would get taco boat. Like, what? And it was like, what? And then Fridays you always got pizza. So like all week we're eating tacos and pizza. Like it was nuts. And what the hell is a taco boat? It was basically like a tortilla that was in a boat, like whatever, and they threw all the taco stuff in there. They called it taco boat. I was like, how many days in a row are we going to eat this taco? So Wednesday night was church night and was always hot dogs and mac and cheese. Boom. I never really ever growing up had that combination ever. Mac and cheese and hot dogs was never a combo in my household. Honestly, I could probably eat, I could eat tacos every day too. And kids can too. Kids are like, yeah, taco boat. You know, funny part about this is sometimes they would have, this is the worst meal. This was like, could not have been popular. They would have spaghetti, but there was no meat in the spaghetti. It was just like some sauce with the noodles. And then they would throw a couple pieces of lettuce on the tray, and then they'd give you some Italian dressing. There was nothing on the salad. Nothing. It was just some lettuce with some dressing on it. It was like the worst meal. They could not. I mean, I feel sorry for kids that didn't have a choice that had to buy that because they had free school lunch or something. That was like the worst. There was a couple other ones, like, I don't understand how kids did it. It grossed me out so much. It was chicken patty day. Okay, so you get chicken patty, mashed potatoes, and gravy. The gravy came, like, I grew up, my family is primarily German.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
No. My family is primarily German, so everything that involves gravy is made from scratch. You don't eat gravy out of a can. So the school, they buy, those huge cans, they open them up, they serve that gelatinous stuff with your mashed potatoes, and you got a chicken patty sandwich. You had to pay extra for mustard if you wanted mustard on your chicken patty.
I think obviously how it's prepped, right? So what you've just said, I promise you, if you had to put like a picture of a good meal, a good version of that, a really good, well-prepared Gordon Ramsay type, dish on the one side, and then you have like one where they've just like made it in mass to kind of, to just put food out so that it's food being put out. And so I think that you can look into the chef side of that, and there's probably they might have been doing it for such a long time that they've lost the interest. They don't have, there's no love being put into it anymore. So they're just sending this food out. And I think that that's what happens. When I was in boarding school, similar situation at times. When I was in boarding school, the dessert that we had, Kitchen Nightmares is amazing. Kay and I watched that like so much.
I've watched all of them. Yes, I love it.
It's so good. Like, it's just, there's the drama behind it and stuff as well. Yes. And it's just, there's something to...
Did you ever watch the one? It grossed me out so much. This is disgusting. It was a Mexican restaurant here in the States. They were putting shit in a trash can, right? It was like the rice and beans and stuff. They were cooking it ahead of time and then just putting it in a trash can and then serving it. Gordon Ramsay lost his shit. Like, I've never seen anything like it in my life. That was so disgusting. You guys have to watch that one. I couldn't believe it. My husband and I always do the research to see if the restaurants are still open. Do you do that? I always look them up to see if they're still open after all these years.
Most of them aren't. Most of them, like there's 80% of them aren't open anymore. And then not just that, but the one that you're speaking about is in season 2, episode 10. I just Googled it as well. And then it's Fiesta. Yeah, I don't know if I should say the second name. Not that it's a bad name, but it's just, I don't want to call out a restaurant on a channel either. Even if it was called out by Gordon already, maybe the damage has been done. Let's see if they're still open.
Probably after that, people saw it and said, no.
Look at Sausage here as well. And then Ginger, wonderful people. Yeah, that's very true, Ginger. The love and the craft for the chef side of things has definitely taken a beating. Like, it's not that the passion isn't there as much. But remember, everything just swings, and time has a weird way of changing things back. Like, there's a whole new generation right now that are here locally that are interested in knitting and sewing and all of those, and crochet and like all of those types of things too. And what's the other name? Macrame. Macrame, if you're familiar with macrame as well. Macrame's, are you familiar with macrame?
No.
So macrame is beautiful. Bring up macrame quickly on Google. Like, bring up, it's, excuse me for not remembering.
Hold on, I might have to do it on my phone because my computer's running really slow. By the way, I would totally try that beef Wellington, but the beef would have to be completely well done. I better not be cutting into that. And I know Gordon Ramsay would never do that. It would be considered blasphemy or something. But if I cut into that beef Wellington and it was not well on the or well done on the inside, I'd probably throw up. That's just not me. How do you spell that?
I put it in the side chat.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Akreme. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
really
amazing.
Really popular in North Carolina.
I can imagine.
I went on vacation actually to this place called Pawleys Island.
Yeah.
And they make hammocks out of that, using that, and whatever. But they also make that kind of stuff too, with the rope, and they do, And I thought that was really cool. They make Pawleys. They're very popular, Pawleys Island hammocks, and they make all of that kind of stuff out of the hammock material, the rope, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So your reef knot, like the basic reef knot, is a good way to be able to make certain knots as well, to make nets and those type of things. Let me see if I can bring up.
Yeah, I really still here listening while I struggle through. Well, I hope we're making you laugh, because nothing on my lives is taken too seriously. Well done. Yeah, I'm sorry. Everything. My hamburger has to be well done. When I get a steak, it has to be if I do get a steak, it has to be medium well. I always say medium well, but I like it more well than medium. I always say that. They're always like, what the hell is she talking about? But I don't, I just can't do, if there's just a little bit of pink in any of it, it just doesn't, I look at it and it makes me want to Ralph. Sorry. I know, Thor, you raise your own beef, so you're probably like, yeah, beef, you know, you barely put it on the grill or something. But I just can't do it. It grosses me out. And it actually has taken me a long time to even eat steak. I'm such not a meat eater. And I do love hamburger. I'll eat a hamburger, but that's pretty my extent of my meat eating. And I'm very weird about chicken.
I know. Keep all of that. You can keep all your vegetables. You can keep your sweet stuff. You can keep your fruits. You can keep it all. I just want my meat. If you give me some good meat and there's like a little bit of bread these days, whole wheat, healthy bread only, like because I've learned the bad sin of how bad bread is for you essentially. But really just meat, like meat is a cultural thing here too, of course. So we do the barbecue thing, which I've explained before, the braai.
Now, what is popular in South Africa as far as meat is concerned? Here in America, it's beef. Like beef is very popular. What is popular in South Africa?
So lamb is a big one. Lamb's also really popular. Chicken is huge, and so is beef. Chicken and beef are really big. We have a lot of the same, like we've got for fast foods and stuff, which I don't advocate, but for fast foods, we've also got like KFC, we've got Burger King, we've got those type of things too. But in terms of what you could buy from a grocery store, for the most part, we've got, beef is pretty good. Beef is a little bit on the expensive side, so most people opt for like chicken. So we have a lot of chicken, and we have that quite a lot. And then sometimes you'll get like a bit of exotic meats and stuff as well. You'll get like, there's a few types of exotic meats that I could speak about. That sounds terrible, but it's not the long pig. Don't worry, it's not nothing like that. It's just like more just things like there was alligator a month ago at the local grocery store too.
Oh,
so alligator, things like that.
Is alligator? Does that taste? I love fish. Does alligator taste like fish?
Very, very salty and gamey type of, not so much a fishy taste at all, really.
No.
Just gamey. And then I've got warthog in my fridge right now.
Did you just say warthog?
Yeah.
So, that's great. That's
great. So Pumbaa, like
he's eating Pumbaa, guys.
So we have a lot like that. Quite, it's pretty available as well for us. It's definitely something that's.
Does warthog taste just like pig? Does it, or is it more gamey?
So it's definitely more gamey. It is a bit more gamey. It's like ham. It
taste like chicken.
It's like ham, but it's just definitely a bit more salty. And obviously, on the nutritional table, there's benefits to eating meats such as that. Tougher meats, slower digestion, pretty good for you as well. Just in general, the full dietary table. So and then honey over here. I don't know. I've got so much honey recently. Like,
do you have? Okay, this is like here. The Africanized honeybees are a threat to our world, like especially in Arizona. Is that what you guys have there, or do you have like regular honeybees?
Yeah,
because the Africanized honeybees over here like are dangerous. And they're like, they will swarm like and kill you. Like, is that the same in Africa? Or it is? Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, so there's different types. There's obviously different types that we get here. The more prominent one is one that gets angry quite quickly, but that's more your common bee. But we do have some of the large ones too. We do have some of those, and that's obviously quite concerning. Those ones. They will hunt you down. Like they will definitely go all the way to make sure that you don't.
Yeah, it's so scary.
Listen to Wikashai there every single morning. That's my morning as well. Don't worry, I have to. If I don't do that, I'm in trouble. Actually, like, I do it out of love, but I also do it because if I don't, I'm in trouble. So that's the truth.
Oh, that's interesting, Ginger. I don't eat deer. One time somebody tricked me and I am a cheeseaholic. I love cheese. Somebody made a nacho cheese dip and put deer meat in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I thought it was hamburger. Somebody tricked me and I about threw up all over myself. I will not eat deer meat. I am just such a picky. You guys, I'm so picky. And it's because of my childhood. It has nothing to do with I was traumatized with meat when I was younger. Like so so psychologically there's some things I just physically cannot eat.
Well, two of the nicest people I know as well, like that are quite close to me in that regard, are actually vegetarians. My cousin is in Vietnam at the moment, and he has got such a good and like down to earth soul. Like he's genuinely as a person, like it's the type of person that you want to just like chill with and like listen to his ideas about things, because he's got such like a wholesome way of seeing the world and very smart too, like high IQ. And he's in Vietnam at the moment, and Vietnamese. He's got a Vietnamese partner as well at the moment, and they're just such a beautiful couple together, and like happy as ever. You know, really look after one another too, and they're genuinely vegan, vegetarian. And then I've got another friend of mine as well
I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second.
No stress. And then I've got another friend of mine as well that's moved away to a city about 500 kilometers, so about like 300 and something miles away from where we are now as well. And he's also like a vegan, also living a vegan life. If I could, I would be pescatarian. If I had the income and cash, I might be pescatarian. That's the furthest I'd go, because I love fish and it would fill that. But I also really love like meat, like all the meats and stuff too. However, I have had the conversation about all the different aspects to vegetarian, vegan lifestyles, and the benefits of them as well. The moral side too, of course. We do eat way too much meat across the world. We definitely do, and I'll advocate for that. I think that we should be more balanced. And then if you guys want to, like, I have a very, very different opinion on lab meats. A lot of people refuse. They kick their heels in. They're like, no, you're mad. You're insane to think that that's a good way forward. But that's actually, everybody will disagree with me, and I know this, and I'm willing to die on this hill, don't worry. But if we could produce good quality, high nutritious proteins for protein stacked meat, and produce it in abundance in a way that we could have people enjoy it, and you could have it grown in like a factory. Almost. You have a factory line. Like if lab meats got to that stage and they were nutritious and they were the same, I'm all about them. Like I think that if we can take the suffering away from any animals that are going through that suffering, look, we wouldn't have as many of them in the first place. The only reason why we have the chicken and cows as fast bred as they are is because of them being, agriculturally viable. So yeah, I'm one of the only people that I know that actually agrees with lab meats and looks forward to the time in our human evolution as a cultural society as well across the world where we would be able to lean into something like that. So very cute doggy, by the way. Hi.
Thank you. She's a baby. She really is. She just loves me. She's always under the covers. That's her permanent. That's her permanent position, is under the covers. What is it? That's where you are all the time. And she's mad because I don't have a blanket right here with me.
Yeah.
She can burrow underneath.
Yeah, our connection to them is what also keeps us healthy. Hey, just remember that it actually increases our immune system when we are close to animals. And
well, she sleeps with me every night. How come I don't have like a superb immune system, Winnie?
You probably do. You probably would have gotten sick at times that you haven't gotten sick now.
Yeah.
Like you could have definitely an increased immune system because of that. And also like our puppies and our dogs and stuff as well. Like we also allow them full reign, like wherever, like they jump on our couches, on our beds, like, well, not our big dogs. For our big dogs, we are a little bit more, because of having a little one in our house. So we've got because of having the little one, she's now 2 years old. So obviously having a 2-year-old, you're kind of a bit more cautious, having like big dogs around on the bed and stuff. But yeah.
I might be making the most expensive fish fertilizer ever. We have old frozen salmon to turn into. Oh, that's gross, dude. But whatever floats your boat. I'm sure you're going to be extra stinky Yeah.
Do you see what Rebel said as well over here? So Rebel, if you have the time, you're absolutely welcome to jump on panel and we can have this debate, because I love this debate. And it's not an argument, it's just a debate, of course, between us. There are so many times where people will have a very similar opinion about that. Like, I think that humans go for it.
Wickshire, that's so funny, right? Sometimes in the heat of the summer, our trash can will get maggots in there. Okay, it's just disgusting, but it happens. Well, I didn't know that. Like, I'm not accustomed to just throwing things out, like whatever. Anyway, so I go outside and lift open the lid, and all these maggots came out, and I screamed like a little girl.
No, they don't look. They definitely look gross. Like there's a certain but it's amazing within nature what they're doing. Like that's.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it grossed me out.
Yeah. Yep. Wickshire said perfectly there. Happens mostly with chicken.
By the way, this is a French bulldog, and I, on a normal basis, would never be able to afford a French bulldog because they could range between $3,000 to $6,000. And I got this because I saved her from an old lady who couldn't take care of her anymore, and she's only a year old. So I'm very lucky and fortunate to have this dog. And she gets treated like a little princess around here.
That's good. Probably has a very good laugh as well. In terms of how her perspective on things.
Oh, and she, what's funny is that she loves Fred. I think she loves Fred even more because she gets her dose of goldfish every day. Because Fred will drop goldfish on the floor and she just instantly it's mine. So she gets her dose of crackers all day long. So she really loves Fred.
What's her name?
Winifred.
Okay, Winifred. Nice.
Yeah, I have a slight obsession with Hocus Pocus. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but Hocus Pocus, and I love Salem, Massachusetts, and I'm a very big history person. So I named her Winifred after one of the chicks on Hocus Pocus.
Well, yeah, that's also there's a lot of interesting points specifically to craft and stuff. Like that whole thing is always just specifically when I was younger, I had an extremely high level of interest in that type of thing. I think most people go through a stage where they want to find out about magic and mystery and things like that too. Things that there's such an allure to it. And I don't know. I know that there is probably stuff out there that has just been erased from the history books, and that's for sure. Because of the burning down of the libraries of Alexandria.
I know.
Yeah.
When I think about that, my brain explodes.
Yeah.
How much stuff have we lost?
It's estimated 3,000 years.
And it's no longer
we lost 3,000 years. We lost 3,000 years of human progression. In a fire in 1 year, we lost 3,000 years of human adaptation, technology, progression. In the libraries of Alexandria, you must remember what they were doing there is they were they were basically going around the world and collecting all of the pieces of knowledge, pieces of alchemy, anything that was the whole Greek fire thing, all of that. They had that they still can't replicate. Greek fire is still impossible for them to make. Fire that's so hot that it burns on top of the water, right? There's a lot of things and the whole Baghdad batteries. There are so many things about technology in the past that has just been lost. And
I watched a video on it the other day, and I thought it was really cool because they made this. Nobody really knows what the place looked like. They made up this picture of what it could possibly have looked like. Yeah. So then my brain just went on fire. I was like, this is so cool. What if it really did look like that? And it's fascinating to me.
The Library of Alexandria itself?
Yeah, the Library of Alexandria.
How big it was? Yeah.
Yeah. And And what they were doing is any ships or anything would come in, and if anybody had any books, they would immediately take them, they would copy them, and then give them back. They would save the copies, that book, and then give them the copy. So there was so many cool books that we'll never know. We'll never know any. I mean, there could be the cures for so many things, and we just lost it.
Yeah, but we're just about to get to a stage of our existence within technology that is by far way bigger than anything that we've experienced in the last, like, how long? Like, there's never been anything that's going to, like, obviously we don't need to go into the whole AI and machine learning and all of that type of stuff, because some people love that conversation. I really do, but I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I completely understand that. But I just wanted to say to Wickershire, before anything like that, I just wanted to say to Wickershire, so I don't know if you saw, but if you go back, it's always good to see Wickershire, by the way. Like you, I'm meaning to reply to one of the nicest comments that I've ever gotten in my life on the video that Wickershire dropped recently. I started replying and I got like into a sentence, and then I was like, no, like I was too tired at the time to give like a proper adequate response. So like I wanted to actually really respond to it, because it was one of the nicest things that anybody's ever said to me in my whole life. So thank you for doing so. But what I wanted to also say about the whole fitness thing is that if you look at me like 2 years back, like legitimately just 2 years, and we go back to the beginning of, you're looking at the beginning of 2022, right? Around that area. I can't explain to you how 2 years ago, how I was so out of shape. Like my life path and where I was going was absolutely looking like I was just going to keep picking up weight. What was happening was I picked up so much weight. I was like very chubby. And like looking back now, at 2 years back where I was, just from seeing where I was and how I felt, like all the little details and stuff. The point and primary thing that I'm going to speak about here is that whatever you want to do regarding that, like you absolutely can. And it comes down to not depending on anybody else except for yourself, because you're the only, so whoever you are listening to this, you are the only person that is going to be able to change your destiny in terms of like your own level and your journey of where you're coming from and where you're going, right? I've never been in my life as healthy and as fit and as feeling as strong as I am right now at the age of 38. And I can promise you that. And I had a very active lifestyle when I was younger, extremely. And my point that I'm making is that even at the age of 36, when I decided to just to spam push-ups, because that's what I did. I just did like a whole bunch of push-ups. And you don't have to do push-ups. Push-ups is just a very low damage. You've got a very low, there's a very low impact on your body. So what happens is, with push-ups, it is something that you can spam because your muscle memory gets better. And essentially what you do need to watch out for is, if you're going to do so many push-ups, you've got to start equalizing it by doing pulling exercises. You can't just do pushing. That's where I do like pull-ups and stuff like that recently much more often. I've got like an at-home one where they've made them a lot better these days, where you clip them into the door frame and pull them down. Getting a pull-up bar at home is really, really amazing. And in 2 years, I basically lost like, I think it was 31 kilograms. And in 2 years, I lost so much. And I turned what I did have, if anybody has actually seen the journey that I took, I didn't think that it would be what it is now. And I'll get off the soapbox here in a moment. And I'll just say that I really wish it upon, if I was to give anybody that I cared about in this life anything, as in terms of a gift, in terms of anything whatsoever, I would give them what I did and what I've gone through in the last 2 years. The transformation and transition, 100% natural. I was just being extremely active and busy. That's what I changed. Before then, I was actually got back into gaming. So I started to play more computer games, and computer games ended up consuming a large amount of my time. And then if I wasn't playing computer games, I'd be working, or I'd be spending time with the family in terms of sitting down and just sedentary things, you know? And I sweated so much within the last like 2 years. And that's why I say like 73,000 push-ups last year. is how much I did, and this year will be 180,000, and I will break. And I'm going to break the world record one day. I give you my word on that. As I'm sitting here right now, I'm not just making things up. You can, when somebody says that, I can understand how easy it is to dismiss what I'm saying right now. But I'm very much driven in terms of what I'm doing, and I've absolutely seen so much growth. So what I'm saying is, just a little bit of fitness, just a little bit of exercise every day. You can still eat whatever the hell you want. I don't eat very well. I really do. I would see better results if I ate more correctly. But because I work out and sweat so much and stuff, and I've got like metabolism as well, like if you work out enough, you can eat whatever you want. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people are fearful of giving up and they're fearful of change. And you don't have to change that much. Start off, this is what I'm going to end with, start off with doing like 20 to 40 push-ups every day. That's all. Or doing 5-minute walk or 10-minute walk that you weren't going to do before then. So yeah, I pretty much burn up everything. Ricochet said it perfectly there. And sorry that I'm speaking about myself in the way that I am, and I try not to. I don't know if that you can look on my channels. I never talk about myself, even what I'm doing. Yeah, like I've shown.
Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Yeah. No. I in my life, well,
look,
I've had
you are not a conceited human being. You're fine. And you're talking about your channel and your journey that you went through. That's not being conceited. You're not just, oh, it's me. You're not acting like that. You're fine.
We live in such a world that's full of that, though. So I've always got to be cautious to not be that person.
You're not that person. You're a really great person. So don't think that way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look who it is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can come in. Sure.
This is a Guardian Fitness lookalike contest.
That's good, though.
I am not taking off my shirt. It's not gonna happen.
No, you look good, dude. You look so good. Like you really do. I'm being serious.
Yeah, like, she's been staring at me all night like a piece of meat. Oh, you see this guy with his shirt off?
No, like with the way that your face and head shape is, you're so lucky to have like a good head shape as well. Like it fits you nicely, bro. It really does. Like it looks good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start doing 20 to 40 push-ups every day, Ricochet? That's how you start off, buddy. Just a little bit every day, I promise.
Right here at my desk. Gotta lift that weight.
Oh my gosh, you're doing the push-ups now. Look at that.
6. Keep. No, but like even you're fine, dude. Like as long as you honestly.
When I was younger, I used to train a martial arts class.
Yeah.
And one of the things that set me apart that I was able to do that no one else could do wasn't push-ups. It was sit-ups, doing crunches. But then again, I was 17 years old, and I could do 100 of them in a row. Just crunch. The next day, you feel that the next day or two. It just felt like someone dropping cinder blocks on your stomach. But I was able to crunch out. We started out, I was doing 25, 30. And my sensei said, he goes, you want to build your stomach up? He goes, you got muscles. He goes, but you can really. So when you fight in full contact, you can take a punch to the gut.
Yeah.
And we would practice, and you'd always get the big glove and punched in the stomach. You know what I mean? Everyone, boom, boom, they'd hit you. They wouldn't hit you, but they'd hit you just to make you tighten up, to get used to when you fought full contact and getting hit. People are going to hit you, and they're not pulling their punches. It's full contact. Yeah. So, a month goes by, I'm up to 50, 55. And then the next month, there I am, 75, 100, just crunching them out. And I did that for a long time. And I had a natural build like you. So it wasn't like, I naturally have big forearms and big calf muscles, but these little chicken arms, embarrassing, like string beans. I would curl, and I'd do all crazy curling 45 pounds, which is a ton of weight to be just curling, and I just couldn't build them up. And it's just a natural body build. I wasn't meant to have pythons at all. I had these little balls on there, those little rock balls, and people squishing them, and they weren't even solid. They weren't like rocks. They had good size, but they were mushy. And I'm curling. I'm weightlifting with my brother and everything. Chest built up, the neck. I guess I don't know if they call them cobras. I had all those. Back muscles were starting to be defined. And then in high school, I took my shirt off with a bunch of my long hair, because I had long hair down to my waist. I was practicing garage bands with metal and stuff. And then just I took my shirt off, and all my friends turned and went, "Oh my God, we didn't know you looked like that underneath there." And I didn't think I was big. I was fit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Compared to a regular
Yeah.
person that doesn't work out, I looked fit. So that
Well,
was
it's
inspiring.
two things. Functional fitness is exactly like what you're speaking about, right? Functional fitness is so good. And then not just that, but you'll find that because you were able to do those crunches when you were younger, your body is naturally attuned just due to you're lucky when it comes to how your body's built. And you'd be very surprised that if you started that again, I don't know if you've got any health things that are prohibiting you at the moment from starting that again, but if you started up slowly on that again, I promise you'd fall in love with it again. I promise you'd start being like, hey, but wait, because you probably built that way. So your core is where it all matters, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you describe it. I'm stupid strong. Like I never had to work out to be strong.
Yeah.
I can pick. There's videos of me looking like a silverback gorilla, completely out of shape. When we first moved here, I'm lifting a 600-pound tree up with one arm, my good arm, my left arm, and I just throw the thing, And then I'm stretching back, and I'm like huffing for air. I get it up and I chuck it. So I got strength. I just don't have endurance, So if I'm arm wrestling, someone can hold me there. I'm like 10 seconds, and I'm like zero endurance.
Get me the mirror.
Yeah, where is it? Oh, the wife is demanding things. Where is it?
Good. Yeah, I think.
I usually lose a ton of weight over the summer because I'm in the garden.
Yeah.
Winter is when I gain most of my weight because I hate going outside.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate winter sports. I'm not a winter kind of girl. Like, it just sucks. I hate being cold. I rather be outside in the summer. So, but anyway, that's why I'm as Garden State Carter says, a computer potato right now.
Well, so, and I'll be serious about this. I definitely think that the most important thing, and it's going to sound pretty cheesy, but a person's level of contentment, how happy they are with themselves. I wasn't happy 2 years ago, right? I wasn't happy when I was in the shower and I turn around and I feel like my side hitting my other, I feel like my side curls, there was you know what I mean? So when I'm in the shower and I do this, I'd feel like my fat against my fat kind of thing. And I'd be sitting down and watching Netflix or something with Kay. And when I'd be watching, I'd feel like I'd hear my breathing go almost a flap kind of thing. Like when I'd be breathing, there'd be this little bit of a thing as I'm breathing like that. And then from fixing all of that within the last 2 years, it did change. But I will say that a person doesn't need to do the ridiculous level of stuff that I've been doing recently to feel confident and happy. As long as you are functionally fit, and it doesn't matter at what size, I can show you guys that are so much better so I've really gotten into acrobatics recently, cartwheels and handstands and that type of thing. I love it so much, right? There are guys that are twice the size of me in terms of width that are so much better at it. And because I'm going through Instagram, TikTok, and that type of thing, these guys that are big built, but they are super strong, super fit. It doesn't matter what size, just because your physique and aesthetics look a certain way. Some people are so much more fit than me. The guy that I was actually mentioning earlier, he's a bit of a relative, almost married on kind of thing from our family. Very big guy, but he is so much more fit than me. He's a better shot than I am. He's really, really good shot. He's also extremely good with his accuracy in bow hunting as well. He's better than I am. He's better hunter than I am, specifically out in the field. It's amazing. More stamina, more endurance. The only thing is his strength as well. His strength is. It's what my point that I'm making though is that aesthetics aren't everything. That's what I'm trying to say. Give me 2 minutes quickly. I've been speaking way too much. Give me a second.
You're fine. I've been watching this show. I watched it last night with my husband, and it's a Korean show actually, and it's voiceovered. But it's it's an endurance on your fitness. It's about fitness, but it's who has the perfect physique. That is basically this thing. So we're watching it, and their first challenge, and by the way, there's 100 people. So they take 50 at a time, and they make them hang from these bars. So, and you have to do it for so long. And
Who knows?
Some of those people that were huge, by the way, bodybuilders, freaking humongous people, they dropped off right away into
Sure.
the pool. Like
They're
they
too
didn't.
heavy.
Yeah,
They're just too heavy.
they didn't make it at all. So then, okay, so they did that, and then they did this ranking system. Whoever held on the longest got to be 1, 2, or 3, and then the worst person that didn't hold on at all was like number 100. You know. So anyway, they had to choose their opponent for the next game. So they have 2 arenas. One is like an obstacle course type of thing, and it's like there's like outdoor grass, like, or carpet, out there, and then the other one is nothing but sand, and there's a pool in the center. Their object is they have 3 minutes where they have to try to get the ball from one another, but they have to choose their opponent. So some of these people who are twigs are choosing these huge ass bodybuilders, like they're just choosing, whatever. So, and some of these people are incredible in their field. Like one person was the strongest person in Korea. The other person was an MMA fighter. They had like all these, and one person was like a bodybuilder. Like, so even the women, like they were bodybuilders, or they do CrossFit, or, they all have like these extensive backgrounds. So, anyway, the big guys didn't do shit. You would think that because they were trying to hold on to the ball, for the last, 30 seconds, and whoever, at the last held onto the ball won, and then the other person had to go home. So it was very interesting to watch these bodybuilders not able to, you think they're all strong because they're so big and whatever, but they're not really that strong. It's crazy.
It's kind of impossible to tick all the boxes. So a person has to make certain sacrifices with that. So if I see functional fitness with what you like, the type of bodybuilding that you're speaking about as well, there's a place and a purpose for those type of situations too. Like getting, like if one of those guys like lands one solid like smack on you, it's over. Like that's the truth about those big guys, right? But they're not fast. But if the impact strength behind them is what matters, right? And they're usually good grapplers and that type of thing. But if you're familiar with David Goggins, that is my absolute hero when it comes to like what he's been able to achieve at this point as well. So I know that David Goggins, it's almost overplayed to a degree because everybody's well versed on him. But the fact is that he's the current pull-up record holder at the moment as well. And he was overweight and he decided to change everything about his life, right? He went through the full transition. So yeah, I definitely look up to him.
I'm trying to look up what the show is called. It's called The Physical 100, and it's on Netflix right now. So if you guys want to watch it, it's pretty funny. I'm watching. My husband and I are laughing most of the time because the voiceovers is so freaking hilarious. Because these people are not speaking English, so the voiceover people, like, I don't know what they're thinking, but it's freaking hilarious. But anyway, some of these people are freaking huge. They're freaking huge bodybuilders. It's called Physical 100. So if you guys get a chance, watch it on Netflix. It's on Netflix right now. And that's what we're watching. And it's really, it's very interesting show. They have these women. I mean, some of these women, one guy on there is a Korean Olympic. One person on there is like some women, they're professional wrestlers for the Olympics. So these women and these men are no joke, but it's funny to see them go at each other because they're all on different levels. Like Guardian was saying, like, this guy's a bodybuilder, but this person's a CrossFit person. So like that, obviously, the CrossFit person can run faster. Like, so it's very interesting to watch the show. So if you get to a chance to watch it and you're bored, Physical 100, that is what it's called. And it's really, really interesting. There's not any Americans. I think there's a German dude and there is a black man in it, but there's not really any American people in this whatsoever. It's mainly all Koreans. But it's very, very interesting to watch. and it's fun. Like, I was rooting some people on because to watch them try and grab this ball from each other. Like, some of these people, I mean, one guy, literally, one of the bodybuilders, he just picked up one of the dudes, just picked him up and took the ball from him, and he was carrying the dude around. Like, it was just like, whoa. It was really kind of cool to watch, so to check it out if you can. I have a short person syndrome that makes me a ninja when my back doesn't hurt. Oh, ninja. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. For endurance, a lot of those bodybuilders, they're so big, they're built for bursts of strength, like just picking up 400 pounds and going, whoa! And then you see how quick they drop it, right? Like, boom.
Yeah.
So the endurance is not there. They're not trained for endurance. Their muscles are built to react like bang and whoa, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why you see, I watch a lot of, what's his name? He's from Canada, Devin Larratt. I think he's an arm wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he sits there and he strength trains all day for, this is just to hold some of the biggest arms, guys that are twice his strength, just to hold them. He wears them out because they're built. You see these guys, they're massive. Their arms are as thick as my legs, and they go in there, boom. You see all that strength goes down, and he's just going. He's built to hold them until they just kind of wear out. Once they wear themselves out, he goes. And he just pins them. Love that.
To find a clip of this. Hold on. I think I found a clip, so give me a second because it's so worth watching.
This guy's big though, Ricochet. Wow. Devin Larratt is big. I'm looking at him now quickly. I haven't seen him before, and I'm looking it up on Google Images. Wow.
If he looks like us with the shaved head, he's older now. He's stronger than when he had hair. He's way stronger. And he's like 50. He's like my age.
Well, that's not old.
Let's see if it'll let me share this. Give me a second. I understand. Why is it giving me a warning? Don't give me a warning. I don't want that.
50 is so young. Like, you have not 50. Okay, so allow me for 30 seconds to explain to you how young 50 actually is. All right. So, no. Hear me out. So, if you look back at the life expectancy of humanity about 50 years ago, all right, and you look at what people were living to, I mean, obviously there were a lot of different things impacting this, such as we didn't have the medical advancements that we do now as well. There's a lot of things that we were lacking in, and there were wars that were taking people left, right, and center. A lot of things were bringing down the life expectancy. At the moment where we are, if you hang on for a little bit in terms of being around for like the next 20 years, the average life expectancy is going to increase a lot. Medical advancements, medicine and science are working together on this all the time, and there's so much money to be made. So they will make it commercially viable that it is a lot easier for people to live well into 150, 160, 170. And I've done extensive research on this specifically. That's why I'm speaking about this, because I'm so passionate about it. Mark my words. You think 50 is old? You might only be at a third of your life right now in terms of like where we're living. So you essentially, back in the day, you'd look at somebody being like 30, right? And for them being 30, they were a third of their life. So like you could see yourself right now easily as like, just if you ever want to understand a little bit more about it as well, I can go down the rabbit hole and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And you'll be like, wow, like we're really going to live. It's not going to take long at all for us to be living like to 150, 160. So go ahead, Courtney.
Let me show this real quick. I don't know if I'll get volume or anything. I don't know. I've never really showed a video. It's so easy when Joe does it on Grow Big. I don't know why I can't do it. But here it is right here.
운동선수로서 자존심 있잖아요. 자존심이.
올림픽을 준비하는
They're
마음으로
freaking huge, by the
목숨
way.
걸고 합니다. 다 씹어 먹어버리겠습니다.
선거니 왔다는 걸 보여주자. 진짜 여기 미쳤다.
Oh, now they have to do the trouble.
야 이거 너무했잖아.
I want to see falling off. That's hilarious.
아, 이건 뭔데?
뭐야 이게?
이거 뭐지?
와 대박이다.
진짜 광산이야.
시컬백 미쳤다 진짜. 아. 한대 구매 가자.
이 정도는 나와야 시즌 2지.
That's the ball I was telling you guys about.
1대1 경기장은 모두
This is crazy.
세 곳입니다.
대박 대박.
야 미쳤다.
아, 이건 그냥 UFC인데.
배고팠나 봐요. 시합에. 얘를 그냥 죽일까?
뭐야 미로야?
잡히면 죽는 거 이런 건가?
이런 무자비한 걸 어떻게 생각해내는 거야 도대체?
정신을 차리지 않으면 내가 이곳에 살아남을 수 없겠구나. 지옥이다.
It's crazy. No, it's also fun though. Like, that's the
배.
season 2.
두 번째
I haven't got that far yet, so just to let you guys know. But it's pretty funny to watch these people go at it. And when they lose, they have these cast prints of their physiques. So like when they lose, they have to destroy that. So it's like a mental game. It's like freaking.
Why don't we have that? Okay, can I just ask a serious question? It's 2024, all right? And humanity doesn't have games like that. I don't understand for the life of me why we do not have much more advanced sports. It irritates the hell out of me. Yeah, you're gaming with computer gaming now. Basically, that's where it's gone, right? Like anything cool like that, we've just reduced it to sitting on VR goggles eventually. Goodbye, by the way, Lake Files. Good to see you. Have a lovely weekend.
But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have Netflix, if you stream or whatever. I think you can see it on YouTube as well, because that was a YouTube. So if you can see it on YouTube, that's even better. Check it out because it's called the Physical 100, and it's freaking awesome to watch these people. And it's all voiced over because obviously I don't speak Korean, but it's really.
What? You don't speak Korean?
No, but it's very interesting to watch. So it kind of reminds me of like the Titan games, stuff like that. But in those, you're not really fighting each other. You have obstacles. One guy's doing this, one guy's doing that, and then you're fighting against each other that way. But with this, you're actually having combat with the other person. And that also tests your physical strength because
we speak about Squid Game.
The same.
We speak about Squid Game there?
I'm sorry?
We speak about Squid Game. Were you speaking about that? Squid Game, yeah. You said Tartan game. Tartan is a different thing.
Maybe that's
Tartan's an anime. Tartan is a pretty good,
Well,
okay.
no, I think it's called Titan. It's The Rock has his own, and I believe he called it the Titan Games or Titan something.
I just
on Titan.
Right. Have you seen Tartan AE? Have you watched that? Tartan After Earth? So if you want to look up Tartan AE, like if you ever do have the chance to watch it, it's like a 2000 movie, so it's well dated kind of already, but it's animation, so it doesn't really matter too much. But it's a really good movie, like to watch with the whole family kind of thing. Like it's one of those type of movies that you can watch with the whole family, so it's good for those reasonings as well. What I want to say before jumping off, because I need to get off here in a minute, but what I'll say before closing off is I meant what I said earlier about the nice comment as well. Wikashai, thank you so much for being supportive of the channel. And it's like, if anybody had actually been a fly on the wall and seen like what really has gone into everything, like the amount that I've sat down and done editing now with these 500 push-up videos, these are the worst, man. Like these are like, this is 2-3 hours. I'm sitting like every single time I need to make one of these videos, and I'm doing them every day. So I'm doing like 500 push-ups every night, and then I'm sitting for like 2-3 hours to like edit the freaking thing. And it's just like, oh man, like I can't tell you how much passion I'm putting into what I'm doing at the moment. So the fact that you notice it and then you acknowledge it really keeps that fire burning. So I just want to say, Wikashai, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
I was blown away. It was the 1 year. It's the one I commented. I'm like, I'm like, if he's gonna do this for a year, what's an hour out of my life to sit there and watch him suffer and do something that most people cannot do or will not do? Even if they're doing it, they don't do it to that extreme. This is a full year. It's just, and it's for me watching it, it's complete muscle confusion. He doesn't have a regiment. Like he goes, I do 20 of these, I do 3 of these, I do 4 of those, and does that every day. And then eats chicken and drinks milk, and you know what I mean? It's the regiment. This is complete muscle confusion. He's running, jogging, swimming, jumping, lifting, balancing himself upside down, and it's complete chaos. And the body doesn't know what he's doing. The body's confused. So the body fights back. It's like, you're gonna do that to me? I build muscle here. And if you watch him in that video, you watch him, his neck looks like mine. It's just jelly, these little tiny. You look at him now, he's just sitting there and he's got the muscles, and you see him working out. You watch those in 3 months. You see them. You see the shape. You watch his body. You see his stomach. I'm looking at his stomach. It's pretty flat. He's got the little indentations. It's a dad bod. It's a well-looking dad bod, but it's still a dad bod. 3 months in, I'm seeing definition, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, his arms. And then 6 months in, his forearms are veins. His forearms are massive. It's just incredible. And then you see the year later, his transformation slows down at about 9 months in. You know what I mean? He's fit. So from there on in, there's just, you won't see it, but there's minor increases. So I'm looking for veins on the forehead to be developed, popping out, veins on the neck to be more defined, veins on the forearms and hands. And he's starting to pop those up everywhere because it's now his body's like, I got the muscle, but now I got to feed everything. So you start to develop, all the veins are starting to pop up. I don't know if people find that gross. I think it's amazing. So yeah, it was I sit there, like I said, if you could do that for 1 year, what's 1 hour out of my life? Commenting and watching.
Thank you so much.
It was an awesome journey.
It really means the world to me. Thank you. And like it really does. I promise you have no idea what that means, because like it feels like I'm doing it, and like it doesn't, like all this challenge and this whole journey and the suffering and stuff, I've been doing all of it, so nobody understands that suffering. Just from that angle where you're coming from, it makes me feel like your compassion is truly amazing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really mean it. And I now have got the challenge ahead of me, and I will break the world record one day, and I'll definitely mention you when I do. And I mean that when I say it. The current world record holder, I'm now 38. The record holder that I need to beat is at the age of 45 when he broke the world record, which is 1.5 million push-ups over a year. As you can hear, I've got to go. And that is 4,000 push-ups every single day, and that's where I'm heading at the moment. And I'm currently only on 500, so I've got a lot to do and a lot of growth to make. But anyway, see you guys soon. Bye.
All right, see you later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna actually get off too. I have a lot of things to do today before I have to go pick up my son. And so, yeah.
He's amazing, huh? Amazing transformation.
Oh, yeah. Like, he did have a huge transformation for sure.
There's no other word for him that I can use other than an avatar. I was like, he's just gone avatar, complete avatar, just a beast of a human being, taking control of his life. Like I said, when I was working out, I've been in that mode. I know what it is to have that hunger and to want to go to work out. Right now, I don't even want to lift a spoon to my mouth. I don't want. That's a lot of work to feed myself. But I know what it is when he was in that mode. I get it. It's that draw that you want to just go at it, and it's going to war with yourself, going to war, and just building. All right, hey, thanks for having me up, Joe. I got your stuff. Those little tiny, what are they? Goldilocks tomatoes he sent me. It was a random. Those are freaking cool. And I got the rutabagas to grow this fall. So
nice.
Grow big. Yeah, I got them. Got your random. All right, Court. I'm out of here. You go do fun things.
Yeah, I don't know all that, but I'll see you later, Wicked. Thanks for coming on. Love ya.
Bye.
All right, guys. I am out of here. I got to do some things real quick that have popped up. So thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for helping me with my hours. I'm going to have more videos coming up. It's just the weather sucks right now. So as soon as the weather gets better, you're going to see more videos. You're going to see more planting stuff. You're going to see more members only videos as well. So if you want to be a member, which I highly suggest, it's 99 cents a month. It's nothing. So come and join us on that. I have a ton of content as well. So We will see you next time. And tonight I'm going to be on Grow Big TV. That is my other channel with Joe. And I'll be on there tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm interviewing the urban gardener. And Joe will be there, but he won't show up at the exact time because he's got something to do. So he'll be there. It'll just be at a later time. And I'm really looking forward to tonight. I feel really bad for not being on Tuesday, but I was just so sick. I'm so tired of being sick, guys. Like, I have this drive in me to keep going. And when I can't go anymore, it pisses me off. I get angry because I can't continue because I'm sick. It pisses me off. Yes, at 2 p.m. on Saturday, we are being interviewed by the urban gardener. So that's going to be a really great thing. I'm really even more excited because we're going to be on the segment with James Bergoni. That's going to be really freaking cool. I'm excited about that. So with that all being said, take care of yourselves, please. Don't get sick like me because it sucks. I hope y'all have a good day. Make sure you take some time out for yourself today as well. Drink a cup of tea, chill out. That kind of thing. And we will see you all. What? The Urban Garden channel. Also during that live is James Rigatoni. Are you talking into your phone? You must be. Because every time I talk on the phone, it never understands me. Spell check. It did. Rigatoni. Love it. That's so funny. Okay, so I'll see you all tonight. Love you guys and have a wonderful evening. Hopefully I made you laugh a little bit. Yeah. Bye.